suggested that solving climate change requires combining science with an understanding of how people think and behave to create policies and solutions that work. My paper contrasts the two studies in terms of audience, tone, rhetorical strategies, and solutions. While the scientific study emphasizes data and policy driven interventions, the social science study stresses public engagement and education. Together, the studies illustrate the importance of combining scientific data with effective communication to ensure climate change actions are both informed and supported by the public. Things I learned from Project 2. During the writing process, I learned how to find scholarly sources. I also learned how much there is to compare and contrast in articles, even when they're covering the same topic. And I learned the process of actually comparing and finding differences in these articles to make this paper. So from the feedback that I received, I learned that my tone and structure still needed to be improved. I also learned that I really need to go through each paragraph and use MEAL formatting to make sure I'm truly getting my point across and having good paragraphs and good substance throughout my whole paper. So the Project 3 work. For my research proposal and annotated bibliography, I covered the developmental effects of drinking alcohol from ages 18 to 20 compared to 21. I emphasized the need for targeted interventions between these ages, as alcohol use during this transitional period can have long-term consequences on the brain, like development, behavior, and decision-making. My research also highlights the dangers of binge drinking, and it links to cognitive impairments, such as reduced gray matter density and memory deficits. So what I learned from Project 3, I learned how to annotate in the first place. I also learned the correct way to write a research proposal. I also learned that I'm capable of writing a 10-page paper in general. Coming into college, I was a little scared of the idea of that, so it's good to know that I can actually do it. And from the feedback, when I came to your office hours, I finally learned how to use a formal tone correctly. So hopefully that shows in the writing. The class overview in general, when I first came to academic writing and research, I thought I knew a lot about how to write. I definitely didn't. My biggest issues throughout the course were tone and structure, as it states throughout the whole article. But I do feel as if I've gotten a lot better in those areas from day one to now. And then lastly, and really the most important thing, the last thing that I take away from the class is that I really appreciate you, Dr. Shackelford, for your willingness to help me become a better writer. It's been a long time since I've had a teacher or professor care the way that you have. So that's meant a lot to me, and it's been a pleasure taking your class. And then here's my article citations and image citations for my whole presentation. Thank you so much. Goodbye.